The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business. From $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters at Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to the Icons of Real Estate. I'm Tim Calloway. A very special guest for you today from the Upper East Coast. We got Chris Craddock from the Redux Group. He's a nationally certified life coach in leadership, one of the top real estate professionals in the world. His group just did over 160 million in volume in 2020. Can't wait to hear what he did in 2021 and 2022. Chris, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, so glad to be here. Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I was reading your bio and I was like, man, this guy's got it going on. Not only that, you got 6 kids.
Yes.
I threw that in. I've got four, and I always say I'm going to start a podcast for people with 4 kids and above, because it just turns into a different scene. Everybody's got, I got 1 or 2, maybe 3, but man, 6 is awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Instead of a little San Pellegrino, this should be Red Bull. That's
right.
Well,
Right.
Red Bull in the IV.
Yeah, keep you going, man. Just prop you up and weekend at Bernie's it or something. So, yeah, tell me about, Chris. Tell me about how you got started, man. I'd love to hear your story.
Yeah, man. So I was actually on staff with an organization called Young Life when I graduated college. I loved it. It changed my life. It was incredible. When my wife got pregnant in 2003, you just can't live on $25,000 a year in the DC area. And so, what happened was I went to the library, checked out because it was before the internet was the internet. Right. And so I checked out every book I could find on real estate investing and just started knocking on doors of people that were in distress. And I ended up flipping a bunch of houses, made 12 times what I made in a year in about 4 months. And it allowed me to continue doing ministry. And so I continued doing ministry and it was just crazy. I guess 2010, I started running out of money again, a big family in ministry. And so I was like trying to sell my blood to NIH for $300 to buy presents for my family. But why don't I start flipping houses again? And so I started doing that again. And it turned into me starting a real estate team, doing house flips, doing wholesaling deals, started like I own the title company. I'm here at the title company now, own part of the title company, own, like mortgage, hard lending, I've got 13 different streams of income. So that all came from that starting the business with the real estate, flipping and then moving into the agent world.
That's that empire I was talking about. That's awesome, man. I love hearing positive stories like that. Fantastic. So, we kind of talked about how you got started now, which is awesome. So let's talk about where you are today. I mean, you've got, as you said, you got 13 streams of income. Not that we need to itemize each one like we're a CPA or something, I wouldn't go that deep, but, I know they have to overlap a little bit, right? I mean, if you're flipping homes and then you got the closing company, they're all working together. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all like Jim Collins calls it the flywheel, right? The flywheel feeds everything. And there's also the phrase vertical integrations. And so I had a coach when I got into real estate, which is one of the, you hear me saying this just off, like hiring a coach, which was $1,000 a month when I hired my first coach, was one of the scariest things ever coming from the ministry background where I had no money. And I remember my wife was like, this is stupid. Why would you pay somebody $1,000 a month to coach you, in business? And like, I still remember the first time there were some video modules and then like one-on-one sessions, and she was folding laundry on the bed while I was on the computer and she overheard them. The first session was, about like owning your time and owning your day and time blocking. And like he was just saying, hey, so when you go on vacation, are you actually going on vacation or are you just working remotely? And my wife like turns over and she's like, maybe I am glad you're listening to this.
Yeah. I see the value.
But then that coach, one of the things they said was, listen, if you have enough business, why get paid one time when you can get paid 5 times? Obviously in a way that's compliant, RESPA compliant. But if you can, get paid on the same transaction through mortgage, through title, through insurance, through construction, through like all of the different pieces, through commission, through the buy side, through the sell side, all of the different pieces, then is that not just one of the best ways that you can do it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one pie, right? And somebody's taking a piece of each pie, not to be, a hog or anything, but definitely if compliance wise and legal wise, you could take a couple of extra pieces of pie and help your family out. Why not? I mean, as long as it's legal and immoral, but for sure,
Yeah, exactly.
For sure, I'd do it all day long. So, so tell me about the Redux team. You're still are you just running the team now? Or are you still in production or how's that working?
Yeah, so I mainly for the last few years I've been working on the business and not in the business. When the market slowed down like crazy, I've asked my team to start doing a lot more calls, a lot more contacts. And as a leader of the organization, I said, you know what, I want to prove to everybody that it's possible. And so what I ask is that everybody in my organization talks to 20 people a day. We differentiate one ways versus two ways. So two-way contacts are when they pick up and you have a conversation. And so
Right.
I was like, you know what, I'm running all these other businesses. I'm already super busy doing what I'm doing, but I want to prove that there's no limiting beliefs. There's no way that people can argue with me and say they don't have the time to do it. So I'm going to personally talk to 20 people every day about real estate for the next, 6 months. So yeah, every 5 days a week, I've been making my 20 calls, 20 conversations a day on top of it, just to lead by example, lead from the front. I do believe there's a book called The Hard Thing About Hard Things. And in it, he talks about like peacetime versus wartime. And I do believe we went from peacetime in real estate to wartime in real estate. And I'm like, listen, if I'm going to be a general of this organization, I want to lead from the front. I want to lead by example, and I'm going to get out on the field for a little bit. And so even though I haven't been on the field, I mean, last night I went on a listing appointment, first one in like forever. And I made a mistake, so they asked me, they weren't ready to sign right there. And they asked me the commission and I told them the answer instead of just saying, we'll work it out.
Right.
We'll find something that's great, because I knew they weren't ready to sign right then and there just because of timing. And so I answered the question, and then I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a noob mistake. You never tell them what the commission is unless they're like imminently signing.
Right. Their pen's on the paper, right?
Oh my gosh. This is day one stuff. This is stuff that I teach forever. And I literally I was like, dang, I got caught, answering a question. I know better. I know the script and I didn't follow the script. And so I just saw a little bit of rust there. But I'm not going on many appointments day in and day out right now, but I'm going on a few just because, I want to be back in the game a little bit, lead from the front, lead by example, and show everybody they can do it.
Yeah, your team will respect you so much more for that than you being on the phone in the middle of nowhere, who knows doing what, and just saying, go out and do it, right? They need that kind of leadership for sure, for sure. So let me ask you this. I mean, let's play imaginary a little bit. And if I had the opportunity to solve one problem for you, I put my Sherlock Holmes hat on, and I'd say, okay, where's the one issue that Chris has right now that he needs solved and to make his life, his team, his family better? What would that be?
Right now I would say, we're working through a number of different pieces. I would say helping our team raise their conversion level. Okay. There's a a marketing channel that we're working on where we get a lot of appointments.
Mhm.
But for, like, I was just looking at it in the last 90 days in this one particular channel, we had 57 listing appointments set, only 26 of them were held. And then of them, we have 2 closed, we have a number sign, like a number that are going through, but the fact that more than 50% of what is set were not held, there's an issue there. So that's what we are digging in and trying to understand. How can we make sure that the set to held ratio goes way up?
Do you have well, I'm probably getting into semantics that we could talk about another time, because that's all I've done. I started on Wall Street in 92 with the REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. And then by 2008, sound familiar, 2008, I was working at Google, as a matter of fact, and my vertical was realtors, and I stuck with that. And so I've got a lot of ideas for you to help that, actual show rate and things of that nature, because you're getting like 1%, overall on close on the ones that overall, right? Or maybe 3%. So definitely want to bring that up. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time,
Right.
Good stuff though. I mean, I'm interested when you start talking about that, man, my ears just start going, oh, okay. But so let's talk about, now we've put our Sherlock Holmes hat away, and kind of know where things you need help with. Let's talk about the future. Let's put our prognostication hats on now and say, where's Chris? Where's the Redux team? Where are his other verticals? Where are they in the next 1, 3, and 5 years?
Yeah. So I do a lot. There's a couple of things. So one, I moved over from Keller Williams to EXP. Again, I love Keller Williams. I think Keller Williams is awesome. One of the things that I found with EXP is that basically people can, I get paid to help people succeed. And so I had started a coaching business, and I still do a little bit of one-on-one coaching, not a ton anymore. But I started a coaching business, and I realized, I'm like, man, I can make a whole heck of a lot more money by helping people succeed, in the EXP world than I can by just bringing them over and just saying, hey, let me help you, than I can by, charging whatever it is, $3,000 a month for 4 sessions. Right. Like, so that's like, to me, that just is so much more scalable. It's so much more, it's what I just love, man. It's so cool. Like I mean, heck, I coached high school soccer for 15 years. I coached golf for 4 years. Like I coached all these different sports forever. And I love coaching people. I love helping. I was a pastor, for Pete's sake. Like, this is what I love to do. And so if I can do this and get paid well to help people succeed, just bring them into our network and like coach them up and like help them crush it, man, what's better than that?
Yeah, for sure, man. I support you 100%. Not that you need my support, but I come from a background of coaching as well, high school wrestling, and worked with Olympic gold medalist. And I'm going to tell you, every successful realtor, successful business, I mean, not to get into naming names, but came from a coaching and or uber athletic background, high level athletic background. And I know a lot of leaders in the real estate community that they kind of hone in on that because of the success level they create. So I highly recommend that. And I definitely support you 100%. It's a great feeling to coach someone up and watch them succeed. It's even better than your own success sometimes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, it goes back to my favorite quote in the world. So one of the mentors that I've never met, but I've listened to everything he's ever said and read it. Well, everything I can get my hands on is Zig Ziglar. He says, you can have everything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want in life. Right. So it's that idea that's so powerful as far as, I just love it. Like when the incentives are aligned, like I like to help people regardless, but how much better is it when you get paid to help people? And also the future of real estate, I think is with this agent investor piece. And that's one of the things that most real estate agents have no clue what's going on in the investor world, or how to, like they think that their only tool is to sell a property, when you should have the tool to buy it. You should have the tool to wholesale it. You should understand that if you've got a buyer that's a seller that wants to sell fast at a discount, right? It's not always about making the most money, even though I'd want the most money for it. If I traded in my car when I bought my truck, and I was perfectly happy. I wanted a Raptor forever. And, when I saw the Raptor, I was like, well, I could sell my car on Craigslist, but people come over, they'll, want to test drive it, beat me up on price, all the other stuff. And I'm like, maybe I make an extra $2,500, but I'd rather just trade it in a dealership, take less money. Right. And when we realize that, like, people feel that way about their house as well, like their incentive, they're not only wanting the best price, sometimes they want convenience or That's certainty, and are willing to have a much bigger discount for their house. And when agents can understand that, man, they're going to be so much more powerful.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, man. Convenience. People will look around you, right? I mean, they're called convenience stores, and I paid 5 times as much for a loaf of bread when I'm, in a hurry to get home, and whatever it might be. It's the same thing, and it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, and it doesn't mean that you're taking advantage. You're offering a convenience and a service, and people in that situation will utilize it. Chris, we're kind of winding down here. So if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, either maybe to look at joining your team, whether they want to buy, list, or they needed coaching, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so a couple options. If you're an agent and want to join our network, or are interested in becoming an agent investor, go to my website, chriscraddock.com. Next, the average podcast listener usually listens to 7 podcasts. So I would love to be one of your other 7. Keep listening here, but I'd love to be one of the other 7. It's called Uncommon Real Estate, and it's geared towards the agent investor. Again, as you see, my whole goal in life is to help people build wealth, and wealth is when your money works harder than you work. So it's to be an agent investor there. And then I'm on TikTok, Chris Craddock Official. Also Instagram @CradRock, which is an old high school nickname, not my last name. I'll answer any DM that anybody sends me. So if anybody wants any help on, a CPA that'll save you a fortune in taxes, lead sources for distress listings, anything like that, just send me a message and I'll hook you up.
Nice. Very nice, Chris. Well, here's the part where I give you the floor, man. You're the star of the show. There's always something that you didn't get a chance to talk about, or maybe there's something near and dear to your heart, soul, or mind that you want to share with folks. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. At some point, you're going to have to get off the hamster wheel of trading time for dollars, right? Like, we're in a business where we make a lot of money when we sell houses. But at some point you go on vacation, your income shouldn't go on vacation. You get sick, your income shouldn't get sick, right? You need to be able to create wealth, which is where your money works harder than you work, and your money is working when you're not working. And so that's through buying real estate. That's through creating income streams, MRR, monthly recurring revenue, which is part of the reason I went to EXP. Figuring out ways to make sure that your money is working hard. Also, figuring out how you can partner with other companies. You don't have to own the title company, right? But you can create marketing arrangements. You don't have to own the mortgage company, but create marketing arrangements. Same thing with insurance. Same thing with your home inspector, right? Again, you have to have disclosures for all of this, stay compliant. But there are ways that you can do better with what you're already doing. That's what wartime is making more with less.
Yeah. That's good stuff, Chris. I love it, man. So thanks for being on the show. Definitely hit Chris up. He's got a lot to offer, obviously. And Chris, I'd love to catch up with you in the next 3, 6, 9 months, kind of see where you're at and see where you're going from there. It's an exciting time for you.
Let's do it, brother.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Thanks.